Le Prédateur, the great Francis Ngannou, kind enough to join us right now via the magic of Skype. Francis, how are you?
I'm doing good, Ariel. How are you?
It's great to talk to you, my friend. Wow, to go from The Rock to you, it seems very fitting. You're our version of The Rock, so it's great to have you on the show now, Francis. There's a lot that we have to talk about. It seems like you're on the cusp of doing big things, getting a big fight, but for whatever reason, you're not getting that fight. You're not getting that big opportunity to take you to the next step, to get back in the title picture. And so I'm just wondering, what is up with you right now? Where do you stand in your career?
Right now, I don't know exactly what is my situation in my career because I haven't heard nothing from the UFC yet, and which is very surprising since my last fight was 4 months and a half ago. So hopefully this week we're gonna have some news, but I'm just around waiting, trying to, you know,
Are you frustrated?
oh yeah. I mean, it's very frustrating. Like right now, I don't even know how to express my feeling because it's been a little while that I've been going back and forth to this, and it's not easy. It's not easy. Basically, when there's no uh, they are not keeping you updated, and you kind of like guess everything, like figure out. First, I was about a title shot. Like, okay, let's give me the title shot. I think I deserve the title shot. Nobody says nothing, and then they end up like talking about the trilogy between Stipe and DC, which probably gonna be next year in March, uh, which is like 9 months from my last fight. So I won't stay there expecting if somebody wins the fight and be injury free to give me like 3 months after we're gonna be maybe July or something. So I'm like, okay, I started to just fight, like just give me some fight. Even that, it's not easy. It's not like easy right now. Hopefully, with what's happened this weekend, I might have some fight. I guess so.
Okay, and so were you ready and willing to fight in Russia against Alexander Volkov? I saw the tweet, but it never really came to fruition. What happened there when JDS pulled out of that fight?
Um, they called my manager like on Monday and say yes, we have fight for Francis in Russia, in Moscow, and he says he said no, like it's 3 weeks 18 days, So like, but let me talk to Francis. Then he came talk to me, and then I'm like, yes, but it's very short. But what's the deal? We didn't hear nothing after that. We just stayed there. And but to be honest, I wasn't really excited about that fight because I've been there for like more than 1 month waiting for the fight, and they just come to give me some fight like the short notice. I don't have much to gain in that fight regarding to in my position. I'm in the number two contender, so I don't have to take a short notice like that, 18 days short notice with no interest.
And so when you saw Stipe beat Daniel, Francis, did you think that that was almost like the worst case scenario for you, because then they would do the trilogy fight, it might drag on, it would leave you in limbo? What were you thinking at the time of that fight?
At the time that I watched that fight, I didn't think about the trilogy at all. I mean, I didn't think like if they're gonna do the trilogy like right away. I thought maybe if they want to do the trilogy, it's gonna be after one fight because there is a contenders here there, and they don't just hold title fight for two people. You know, so that was my expectation. I thought I'm gonna fight Stipe, and I was very happy about that. Like, okay, I'm gonna fight Stipe. Then maybe in the near future they're gonna do the trilogy if ever they're gonna do it. But I thought wrong actually.
I saw an interview recently where Dana White said that they have big plans for you and they involve fighting in France, and that you would probably headline that card. Have they talked to you about those plans? Because as of right now, we know that things are going well in France, but we don't know a month. We don't know any sort of time frame for an event. So are they keeping you on the sidelines until that event so that you can headline the event? And is this something that you're on board with? Is this something that you want?
No, they keep me on the side. I don't know nothing about what's gonna be in France. I don't know when gonna be. I mean, I just want some fight. I would really like to headline a card in France, but when? He been 4 months and a half that I've been since my last fight. Then I really want to get in there, to stay active. When gonna be the event in France? They don't even yet have a date. Yes, I mean it's good, big plan, but also at the meantime I have to stay active. I won't stay here for 1 year waiting for a big plan.
Okay, so do you even know when that event might be?
Do I even know what?
Do you even know when that event in France might be?
No, I
Okay.
don't have no idea.
Okay. So
No idea at all.
in a perfect world, when would you fight next and who would you fight next? If it was up to you, if they say to you, Francis, what do you want? What's the answer?
I want Stipe
Next.
next. I want Stipe next.
Do you think that
That's
will
my
happen?
perfect world. I don't think so, but as you said, in the perfect world,
Right.
I mean, when if things make sense, I'll say Stipe. But since I can't have, it seems like I'm not gonna have Stipe. Then I just want to fight. I just want to stay active. Yes. So
Now,
I
did
don't know.
did you happen to see this footage of the lineal heavyweight boxing champion Tyson Fury training with Darren Till MMA this weekend? Did you see this footage? And if so, what did you make of it? Is this of interest? Because I think we've talked a little bit about him in the past, but as far as boxing is concerned, do you think he's actually being serious about this?
Well, I think so. I think the guy is taking himself serious. I think it's at some point that he gained everything that he wanted in the boxing, and then he just want to enjoy life, go through different experience like wrestling, MMA, and yes, I think he's serious.
Okay. What did you think of his footage? Did you see that clip? What do you think of
Yeah,
his skills?
I posted. I mean, he's good. He's good with his elbow. Um, and but obviously he's a great boxer. So even the way he moves in there is perfect. I mean, there's nothing to say about it.
Fighting
But
him in boxing or MMA? What is more interesting to you?
both. You want to fight me Yeah, I mean, I want to return in the favor in the ring because I would like to fight him in the ring either way. Even if he comes to the boxing to MMA or not, I would like to fight him at some time in the
Maybe,
future.
unlike Mayweather McGregor, maybe in this particular regard, we do Francis Tyson MMA and then immediate rematch boxing, or vice versa, boxing then MMA. You know what I mean? As opposed to just a one-off.
Yeah, that would be cool. I want. I mean, at some point, I'm gonna do boxing. That's clear in my mind now. I'm gonna do boxing.
That's 100%.
Yeah, yeah, 100% sure.
Really? Soon?
Yeah, I haven't. Sooner or later, I don't know yet, but it's always been my dream, and I feel like I need to fulfill this dream.
Okay. Have you talked to the UFC about this
Yeah,
dream? Do you think they would let you do this while under contract with them, or you would have to be a free agent? You'd have to be fighting elsewhere.
we haven't talked about that. I haven't, the idea I just had the feeling recently and like really want to, it's like something that I need to accomplish.
Every time that you've been on the show over the past year or so, I've asked you about your relationship with Dana White, and you've said you haven't talked. Is there any part of you that feels like you're not getting opportunities because your relationship may not be the best right now?
I don't know. I mean, at the meantime, like sometimes I want to be like realistic and think about what would be the best case scenario. Okay, if they are doing the trilogy, what can I have best? And there is no more option. There's no more. But I don't know. I just want to fight. That's all. Uh, and I think this week, my manager and I, my care, we're gonna try to talk to Dana and see what's happening.
Oh, really? You're going to go to
And
Vegas?
yeah, I mean, I'm in Vegas. My care gonna come here in Vegas, and we're gonna walk through Dana White office
Okay.
and trying to talk to him and break things down because I don't know.
If the heavyweight title fight isn't available next because they're going to try to do Stipe versus DC, and we're going to get an update from Stipe later in the show, is there anyone out there that interests you? A number one contender fight? Anyone that really sticks out?
Yeah. Right now, I just want to fight. Volkov just won last week. He turned down fight against me twice. We can still make it happen. Uh, Derek Lewis won last week, the week before. Maybe they can do the rematch. Whatever it takes to make a fight, to make me fight.
By the way, I wanted to ask you also about Ciryl Gane, who trains at an MMA factory as well. You know, a lot is said about like him being a protege of yours and that, you know, he's sort of like the student. But are you guys close? Did you spend a lot of time training with him?
Not much. He came to the gym. I wasn't there anymore. It was after that I moved down here in Vegas, and I went back. We trained a few times, and that's when I knew him. I met him, and he's a very good guy. Like very good fighter, good speed. I was very impressed with the first time because I used to dominate a sparring partner with my speed and everything, and it was like the first time that I have to handle some. I was just coming back to the vacation, and I was having a hard time to deal with his speed, and he move. He's very smart. Yes,
Recently,
and
sorry, go ahead.
obviously, obviously, it's gonna be a great fighter in the roster. He's a good prospect right now.
Recently, I saw you doing a little training session with Mike Tyson, the baddest man on the planet. What was that like? And what kind of advice? I saw a little clip, but what kind of advice did he give you?
You know, I mean, I think just being there with Mike Tyson was more than everything. Mike Tyson always been my motto. I always look up to Mike Tyson like the best heavyweight ever, and now I'm like, I would like to be like him, like to hit like him, to have the technique that he has, and finally get to meet him. And he gave me some tips, some techniques, something to do. I keep that in secret. I'm gonna use it when I fight against Tyson Fury.
And you know, it's funny because you talk about the options, you know, Tyson Fury thing, wanting to fight for the belt, and things like that. There's one option that I've thrown out there a few times that I think could have some legs if maybe you get behind. It seems to me like John Jones is very anxious for a big fight. He wants a big fight and wants to test the waters at heavyweight. And I've thrown out the idea multiple times. Why not Francis Ngannou versus John Jones? Sort of like when Anderson Silva moved up and fought Forrest Griffin. It wasn't a title fight off the bat, but it was against a top contender, a man that everyone respected. What do you think of this idea, Francis Ngannou versus John Jones at heavyweight?
Personally, I think it's gonna be great, but John John has to move in the heavyweight. I'm not going down to the light heavyweight, and so it's all up to him. That's why I'm not. It's very hard for me to handle that conversation because I'm not going down to the light heavyweight. But obviously, if he's move up to the heavyweight, yes, that would be great. I would do that. Recently, they were talking about he was Anthony Johnson. Yes, I would take that fight, man. That's a big fight. That's it. I think it's the best option right now, besides the title fight. But what can I do? It's not up to me. And we are not in the same weight class. We are not in the same division. So unless he move up to the heavyweight, yes. then we will do it.
Yeah, Anthony Johnson, I think, is another one that fans will get excited about because it's been such a great year for you, and you've looked so good, and you've come back from a frustrating last year, but your fights have been so quick, so I'm sure there's a part of you that just wants to get back in there, right? Like you're itching to just fight again, correct? Because your fights have been so fast.
Yeah, I mean, like this year, my combined time in the octagon was what, 91 or 96 seconds. That's my combined time in the octagon in 2019. So I should be fighting maybe 4 times this year. I'm struggling to fight even 3 times, and it seems to not be possible.
Are you confident that beginning of next year you will fight again?
I don't know. They have to tell me. I don't have no idea. As
Okay.
I said before, they just keep me the side, and they don't. I don't have no promise. I don't have nothing going on right now, and that's why we're gonna try and negotiate Dana White this week.
All right. Well, good luck with that, Francis. We wish you the best. Hopefully, you get a fight sooner rather than later, and we can see you back in there and competing again and reasserting yourself as a top contender. Thank you for doing this, Francis. Good luck and keep us posted.
Thank you, Ariel. Always a pleasure.
Hello, everyone. It's Ariel Helwani. I just came here to thank you for watching our ESPN YouTube channel. It's the best. You know what else is the best? The ESPN app. You can get highlights, analysis, all that stuff and more. And if you want premium content and live streaming sports, there's only one place for all of that. It's ESPN Plus.